We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up. We got a platform. You gon' shine. It was all a dream. We here now. Let me hear you say it loud. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk. Let's talk.
What up, gentlemen? What it do?
What's going on? What's going on, Mr. Palmer, sir?
Welcome to the tree. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. T Small, show the world some love.
Man, we talking under the tree.
T Small, sing the gospel on it.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Since we're together, we might as well stay. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? We talking under the tree, y'all.
Ooh, yeah. Hit him with a whoa at the end. Hit him with a whoa at the end.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm Mr. Palmer T. Smalls in the house. We got Carolina Dirt and Mr. Jimmy B. And ain't no telling what his ass had tonight. He could be in Africa somewhere, Sudan. Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling.
He just got off an elephant. We don't know.
Ain't none of your business. Ain't none of your business where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
We're gonna have a good time. Is everybody staying warm?
Oh yeah, man. You know, everybody gotta stay warm, man. I don't know, man. This weather bipolar, dog.
Yeah, I think it is too. I hope y'all got some where I'm from, they call it long draws. I hope you got some of them on.
I got this liquor to coat my system.
Oh, no, that's right.
You got that liquid wood. That's what that is.
A lot of fire in the air.
And Jimmy B's in the all natural moment. You know how he's doing his. So we all
Most
good.
days.
Yeah.
Most days.
Welcome everybody. We're going to talk about tonight grown men on their mama's what? Go ahead and say it, fellas. On their mama's what?
Titties. Yeah. Nipples.
Yeah, on their nipples. I haven't heard that in a long time. The word ninny.
Ninny. Yes.
That's straight out the South. We're going to get right into it. Thanks for the support. It's a topic that nobody want to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this real quick. So, fellas, over the last couple of weeks, I would say the last couple of months, some things, came to my attention that you have these grown boys, or well, not boys, grown men, still in their mama's titties. They don't want to leave the house, or they're scared to step out on their own. They don't want to pay any rent, and during the conversation that I had with, several individuals, their mom is behind the scene. It's called throw the rock and hide the hand, in the background. And they don't want these young men to leave the house. They do that on the down low. So, Carolina Dirt, I'm going to start off with you. What do you think about that? Have you ever heard of such thing, that these grown men on their mama's titties, are they still smoking Similac? Are they still crying like a baby? You know what I'm saying?
I hope they ain't smoking no Similac.
Are these men still crying? What's the problem? I mean, do their moms still want them in their lap? I mean, crying like they out the womb? What is it?
It's a mixture of easy life.
Right.
When you're at home, you're not thinking about that small thing of a water bill being $30. You say, fuck it, I can spend $30. I spend $30, but you spend that $30, that water bill might not come back for 3 months later. You ain't even thinking about that shit.
Right.
So your water bill cut off.
Right.
Yeah. But it's all about comfortability, should I say.
Right.
You got some parents who only line they kids up to rely on them.
Right.
And you got some people who line their kids up to go forth and not need nobody.
Right.
Neither one of them is correct. What correct is, what have you taught your child to learn? Because
Right.
they have to alter, they have to be able to adapt. And I think that's the thing of kids nowadays, they're not trying to adapt because part of it, they online playing video games. Shit, I ain't about to pay that internet bill. I go to my mama's house, play that video game. But you got it like that. I got more money in my pocket. Like, young kids rather have more materialistic shit
Right.
than shit that really have value. So they would say, well, I'll stay with my mom, or my mom ain't want me there, so I go to my grandmama's house. Just so they can have certain services that they don't have to pay for. Now, does that make you a man? Nah, but you run around the streets, call yourself a man.
Right.
So you have to understand in life you got choices. And I think the parents' job is to build them with the things they need to make choices. But yet some parents hold them back, but most of the time it's the child just not wanting to venture out.
You know why? Because that's all they want to do right here. That's it. That's all they want to do right here. We're gonna, before you get into it, Mr. Jimmy, we're gonna take a pause for the calls. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. Thanks our supporters, and we'll be right back in 1 second.
Who is you?
Yeah, this is a story of famous dog. For the dog.
Okay, we're back. Mr. Jimmy, don't preach too hard. I mean, we don't want to go to church on what's the night? Wednesday. But we want you to be real at the same time. Go ahead, hit it.
I mean, it's tough, cuz. Like, it's definitely the fault of the parents. When I was coming up, cuz, I knew at 12. Like, at 12, I heard the first time, when your ass get 18, you could get the fuck up out of here. You feel me?
Right.
So if you hear that for a couple years, you should want to go.
They
But
priming you. They priming you up.
They priming you up. They letting you know it's like if your parents real, they letting you know how real it is as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just come like they almost the last real generation, cuz like our parents, them people in the 70s to 90s, like they almost the last real salt of the earth people. They used to have to get up at the ass crack of dawn and go work for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So technology, it ain't no one person's fault. It's the world we live in. I told a friend of mine one time, like, my daddy probably grew up in a bed on the floor or a wood frame, like make a pallet on the floor, you and 8 other motherfuckers, and y'all go to sleep. And this is what we gonna do every night.
Right.
His grind gonna be tougher than a dude 10 years later with a feather down mattress.
Right.
Now you got Sealy Posturopedic adjustable beds with butt massages and all kind of bullshit that make it more comfortable for you to not do nothing. You got to give these kids a shot. You have to treat them like adults. I know young parents because they got young kids, 12, 13 years old. Like, that little motherfucker got a credit card? That little motherfucker got a credit card, cuz? I just come from a different time, man. So that's what I'm going to say about that.
So this is not your generation right here. This is not your generation, what you're trying to say.
Oh, no. It's some of them niggas in my generation, too. There's some of them brothers in my generation, too. But you still can't stop. You can't stop the grind. And you can't hold them back by making it easy for them. You feel me?
Yeah. T Smalls, what you got?
Hey, look, man. This I've heard this term used a lot in this generation, the microwave generation. Man, they want it now. They don't want to wait for it and don't want to work hard for it at all.
Everything is push button.
Everything is push button. Everything. I don't want my son to go out there and he can stay here as long as he want and all kind of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? You got to let them kids grow, man. You gotta train. It's funny, man, when we go to church and you hear the saying, train a child up as they should be or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
If that's so, then that's what you're supposed to do. If we go to church preaching this, then we get home and do the totally opposite, man. That's kind of like being a hypocrite, I think. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
that's called social services interrupting your duties.
That too. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that, you know, it's, with some of our parents, man, I mean, some of these parents is that you have to let your child grow. Even if you got some kids, man, that want to go out there and go ahead and go get it. They just like you said, they could be 14, 15 years old, 12 years old. They ready to go. Hey, look, if they could go out there right now and get a job and go grind for what they want, they get out there. You got kids like that that's already born like that. And then you got kids that, you know, you got to kind of, you know, get them up to speed a little bit. And then you got the ones that just ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. I'm gonna just put it just like that.
Let me ask y'all. Hold on one second. Let me ask y'all this: when these young men, you know, get on their mama's titties or ninnies, as you say, Mr. Jimmy, and when it's time to get them off, do y'all think? Give me a quick 30-second answer. Do you think it's a problem? It's too late. They can't get them off the titties. Go ahead, T. Smalls. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's too late there. That's all I got to say about that. It's too late. They haven't been hooked on it. They're gonna be hooked on it.
What you got, Jimmy?
I seen a graphic earlier today that was like 52% of young people 19 to 29 is still at home with their parents. 52 fucking percent, cuz
that's a lot.
19 to 29.
Wow.
It's too late. If them kids don't have, and it's hard to have a hustle. We don't live in the world like we could cut grass, we could rake leaves, we could take groceries to the car. Like the world was a different place. We learned how to earn a buck as a 10-year-old. These kids ain't got that hustle.
Carolina, what you think? When the woman gets him on that titty, is it hard for her to get him off after she has created this monster?
No, it's not hard for her to get him off. It's hard for him to get off. So you got to look at it this way, because everything in life is a choice. Everything in life is a fucking choice. And you choose your battles. So if your mom want a baby boy, you would say, hey, you got to live by yourself. You got to earn it. You got some people that beat her back in the bed. So it's always a choice. The mother might be ready because she understands, all right, I might have did this a little bit too long, so I got to get him up off me. She got to hide the trophy.
But you know what? It's two kinds of mothers. It's the mothers that realize that and they do what they need to do to educate their kids to go. But then you got them lonely motherfuckers and they had kids and they ain't got no friends and don't nobody want to talk to their motherfucking ass. And they don't want their fucking son to leave.
They trying to get a check. They try to get a check.
No, they ass don't want to be lonely. I mean,
that's my point.
Yeah, you got to look at it. It's fuck being lonely at that point, because then you're gonna be resentful years later. Telling, man, my son ain't did shit all his life. Goddamn, stay in his damn house all the time. I gotta like to live. Mama want to go to the club. Then you get that type of speech.
You get this. You get this right here too.
You are not a baby anymore. You are not a child.
Look at Melvin. Melvin, my hero, cuz. They need to put Melvin on the dollar bill.
Yeah, Melvin.
It's too late. It's too late. What's she saying? I'm gonna play it again. You know,
a baby anymore. You are not a child.
Melvin made that nigga leave his house.
She said that, but check it out. That's all she was doing right here. Listen, he's 20-something years old. I mean, too late. And then a lot of women want to get a relationship. You know, it's a lot of single, kids out there, single parent homes, single mothers. But then when they get a dude, upright guy, try to give the little, the young man some structure. A lot of women don't want, a man to tell their son nothing. It reminds me of this right here.
You don't need to be like me, but what you need is to stop sitting around here trying to blame everybody for your problems. You need to check yourself. Oh, you know what your problem is, baby boy? You got shit all twisted. You got an Oedipus complex. You want complex.
That's not your mama. That's my woman. Hey, look, Melvin is the all-star, cuz.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Melvin, look, I'm gonna tell you, in situations like that, it's almost always like if I'm in the house, cuz like it's easier for me because we feel like we know what men is supposed to do. So in the unlikely event, because we don't always have custody of our kids, but in the unlikely event, we raising a 16-year-old almost man. He getting ready to be a man.
Right.
We are already grooming him. Nigga, I'm not washing your drawers. I'm not going out to make sure you got video games. That's not my job. You can go do what you need to do to go get that. I think a lot of times you got those mothers that just they kid is all they got, and they coddle and they coddle and they think they doing the best thing for them. And all they doing is creating the type of man that probably got them pregnant.
Check this out. Check this out. A few years back, you know, when I was going through my thing, my mama said, this is a true story. You need to bring your ass back to South Carolina. You know, for about 30 seconds, you know, I was all with it. Yeah, I'm going, you know, around my mama. But the other 30 seconds, I said, hell no. I already knew it was you know, what was about to go down. Oh no. Because I would hear again, get that off the counter, sweep the floor, put some Windex on the window. I wasn't going through that shit.
But that's what you're supposed to do, though. See, that's the other flip side.
Out of that quick.
If the grown man that's under the roof of their parents is gonna be there, that's not shit daddy and mama gotta do. Daddy and mama ain't gotta wash no fucking clothes. Daddy and mama ain't gotta cut no motherfucking grass. You in there.
Right.
So unless you work a 40 to 50 hour week, you don't have no fucking excuse. And if you work a 40 and 50 hour week, then you can afford to get the fuck out.
I mean,
and then you also got to understand also when these people say they're going back to their mom and daddy house, from where I grew up, was running through my veins. You have an expiration date. So if there was a time that we said, all right, you know, you can bring your ass back, there is a time after that has lapsed. Maybe it be 2 weeks, maybe it been 2 months. There's gonna be a slight minimal conversation as your ass got to go.
Check this out.
It's gonna be a deadline, man. It's gonna be a deadline.
We got a comment on here from Meek. I have to address this right here. T Smalls, what she say?
Don't bring your ass back here.
Trust me, I ain't coming back.
But you know what? People say that. People say that, but they still want to find success in their child or whoever they putting out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't. You say don't come back here, but if that mother at the bottom of the gutter, you'll be more mad that he didn't call you for help than you are that he tried to do it on
that's
his own.
A real parent.
Yeah,
that's what
I agree with that. Like,
the thing about it is, man, that's totally different. That's when you done went out there, you know what life is about, and you done stumble on some hard times. Nobody ain't questioning that and be like, hey, look, man, come on here. If you gotta spend some time here and get yourself back together, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do what you gotta do. But just like Carolina Dirt say, it's gonna be a deadline now. You know, take this and use this as a launch pad, a stepping stone to get you where you need to be, and be thankful that somebody said, hey, look, come on here, get yourself together, and then move on. I'm gonna tell you now, that comes just like I said, just like Carolina Dirt said, it comes with a disclaimer. It's a deadline. Now, if you weigh out your welcome, now the situation becomes, all right, so what's the plan? When you what you got going on? What you about to do when you leaving? You know what I'm saying? You don't never weigh out your welcome and have a person telling you that. That lets you know right there. They're giving you a hint, but they're trying to be nice about it. They're trying to say, hey, look, you done stayed here long enough to get yourself together. It's time for you to make a move.
And
but
then
if
you
you
gotta understand this.
Go ahead, bro.
It's double standards now because you got daughters that do it. But from my point of view, and the people I talked to, I ran across, it's a lot more stiffer for that son to come back in the house than it is for that daughter to come back in the house.
That is correct.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna
ahead.
be real
Normally,
with you.
yeah, normally.
I went home as an adult, so I'm gonna speak from a place of experience, cause I left home when I was 18. I went out. I thought I was fully fucking grown and that I own the world, and the world kicked me in my fucking nuts. So I had to go home.
See,
And
hold
I'm
up.
probably
No, what you saying that people don't understand, and that's the problem. The world is gonna kick you in your nuts. There's nothing you can do about it. You will lose to the world. But that's why the young people are the way they are. They scared because that's the truth out there. But go ahead with your story.
yeah. So if I come home at 23 after being on my own for 4 or 5 years, I can't do nothing in this house. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
I can't do what I do. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you go home, and I knew going home that there was an expiration date. You got to know that before you get there.
Right. You know.
One, I don't want to be there. Two, I know you don't really want me to be there. You feel me?
Right.
So again, we went to talk about the thing of responsibility. You can be an adult and you can be at home, but you cannot be a burden or a hindrance to your family at that point. They done did their fucking job.
Well, check it out. I know why you wanted to get on your own. You know, you like the dating scene. You know what I'm saying? You a big boy. You had to get on your own, because you know when you had your own place, you like to sing your song like this right here. Of course, you like the ladies.
Just like
Is that the real reason why you wanted to leave quick?
I know that man owned his masters and he was a boss and he was rich and he didn't get it from nobody white. So that's what I'm gonna take from that.
Yeah. But I'm gonna bring up a point. I was in a conversation with a young lady at work, and I'm assuming her daughter is about 23 years old, and her parents were trying to, it's not just a man thing, trying to push her to get her own place. She went to damn tripping because she has to use her money to take care of herself. I don't understand that. And I also was in a conversation with a young man, a father. His son's around 22. He was tripping and also said, like a child, I'm gonna play this again. Like a child, he said that mama told me that you don't want me around. His kid. What the hell? Mr. Smalls, what you got to say about that?
I said like this, man. You hear that baby crying? Go on ahead and get off the titty.
That's
Go on
crazy.
ahead, be a man and get off the titty.
I mean, that's unusual. You hear a young man say, mama said, you said, Dad, you don't want me around. Grown
At
man.
least try it. At least try it.
I mean, I'm sorry, bro, but it's crazy, man,
yeah.
because
the mama done sold you out.
Yeah, go ahead, dog. What you about to say?
I think he kind of froze up a little.
Yeah, he froze up. But I said like this, man, like, I mean, if you grown or whatever, and you got a lot of kids out there, and I call them kids, even though they grown, because that's what they claim to be. They want to be this, that, and the other. They grown when they outside of the house doing whatever they want to do, but then they don't got their own house to come back to. They got to come back to their mom's house or their dad's house, or mom and dad house. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who out there claiming that, you doing your own thing, you a hustler or whatever, and you still living in your mama house or your daddy house or whatever, you ain't that, man. Stop fooling yourself.
But you know what that is also?
Up. Tell them the real way. Shut that shit up.
A lot of that shit be everybody got an OG in their life. Everybody got one of their friends. Okay, well, everybody should. If you ain't got an OG, you need to go find one like you trying to win the lottery.
Right.
There's somebody gonna give you some game. They're gonna give you some info. They're gonna give you everything you need to maneuver through this life, whether it be women, kids, family, religion, whatever. You should have an OG in your corner. If you don't, they ain't got none on Amazon. I don't think. I don't know about eBay, but you can find one in the street.
Hold up now, hold up. You might can get them on eBay now. You might can get it on eBay.
And they gonna get
If you
delivered
gotta
late.
pay for them, they ain't an OG.
Yeah, you gonna get delivered late and all that. But you got to have somebody sit down and give you the real. Like your homeboy, you might have a homeboy that say, "Man, I say what I want to him." It ain't the same because it ain't gonna sound the same. I can have an older dude tell me, "Ellie, you full of shit," and I'll be like, "You know what? You right." Then I can have a young nigga say, "Bro, you full of shit." I bet you won't say it again. See, it's two different types of vibe. It's something you want to listen to. So an older cat will tell you, "Hey son, hey daughter, this is where you can be better."
Right.
Everything is chess. Y'all worried about fast stuff. Y'all worried about the checkers. Everybody want to be a king, but to play the king, you got to have an army. Who wants to follow you? What do you have for other people to follow you? If you want to be the king, you can't be a king with no army.
We're going to address this comment right here. T. Smalls, what they said. I'll be the first one to address it. What they say, Smalls.
How do fathers fail their sons in growing up and being responsible and independent? Wow.
How do they fail them?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That's a 50-50 conversation and a 50-50 remark. Sometimes you have deadbeat dad. That's going to happen. You have deadbeat mothers. It is what it is. But sometimes you can have a home with the fathers in the house and the moms in the house. It depends on that generation the mother came from. And I think I played a clip last week. Some mothers come out the house like a Brahma bull. It is what it is. They come out the house, and they're independent. So when the father try to give some structure and both of the parents are in the house, you can still fail them at the same time. You don't have to be in the home, or outside of the home to fail your sons. It depends on the structure, how they were raised, from the, the backgrounds of the parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then sometimes, I'm not here to bash women. Sometimes a woman don't have any structure, how it goes with the role of a man. I'm not saying about nothing that's abusive. I'm talking about just plain old fashioned structure. You know what I'm saying? And when the sons see that, they gravitate to that. And a lot of mothers, it's usually the fathers don't usually turn their kids against the mother, for the average father. But keep it real, most mothers do. Am I right or wrong? Come on, gentlemen, tell the truth. It's usually
you got some women out there like that. You got some women out there. Not all of them are like that because there are a lot of good women out there. Big ups to all of the women out there that are single parents that are doing what they need to do for their sons, daughters, and whatever they got going on in their life, man. They keep everything on an even keel. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, hold on, let me finish. At the same time, right? It used to be a thing called courting. Nowadays, you don't hear about that no more. Everybody goes straight from, "Hey, I met you. Oh, we boyfriend and girlfriend, and we dating now." You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't. No, you're straight there fucking.
You read between the lines. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the thing about it is, man, it used to be a time back, when I was growing up. It used to be a time where you would want to get to know that male or female or whatever in your life. And then you get a chance to not only know her or him, you get to know his background, where he or she comes from. That's very important. See, nowadays we skip over that. And we don't look at that no more. We thinking that, hey, you know what? If we got a good job, a good career, whatever, you a straight up guy, straight up woman, or whatever. I think we can work this out. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that down the line, it may get to it's something you may see that you didn't account for, which it always seemed to happen like that. So in my opinion, I feel like it's very important for a man and a woman to court each other. Get to know that woman's family and you get to know that man's family. And then you can make a conscious decision on, do I really need to deal with this person or I need to just keep it moving? Because whatever's going on in their life before you got there, 9 times out of 10, it probably ain't going to change. It's going to spill over into what you got going on. And that's just my opinion.
But
that's the power of the PUSSY.
A lot of times, they when the mom has, because it usually happened with the mother, let's just keep it real, turn their son against the dad, But boy, oh boy, Lord have mercy, when they hear this right here, when they hear that right there, who they gonna call? When they hear that right there, who they calling?
Oh yeah, you already know who they calling. You already know who they calling.
I mean,
Hey, but to do that, right? Well, to do that, it's certain triggers because there's two types. You got the mom who don't do nothing but talk shit about the dad. Dad ain't there. You know, the son is a pit bull on a chain. When you see his dad is, you know, they not vibing. But then you got the other ones where the son is on a chain, but he's learned what his dad has done and has not done. So the violence and attack is different. It's more calculated by the mom not talking bad about the husband or the boyfriend. It's just letting the child really see what's going on in the house. That's less calculated. So when the attack happens, it's more pure. Now you got some women that spit that your daddy ain't shit. Really, daddy been trying to get diapers. Daddy been fighting in child support. Daddy been doing this, and this. He can't see his child. And then when his child attack him, it's just like, well, fuck that little nigga. I don't even want to deal with him no more.
right. Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna ask y'all something real quick. At what age do you think a child should leave? Because it was a question that I put up. How long, that a kid should stay at the house? Before we get into that, I was in a conversation at work. I think this lady, son is maybe 33 years old, going through some hard times. And I said, I can tell that the answers you giving him is from a woman. I said, are you scared of this dude? I mean, tell him. I had to really kind of be forceful. I said, tell him straight up. I said, tell him, pull them goddamn goals out of his mouth too, and be a professional black man. True story. I said that. And she said, no, I ain't going to tell him that. And I said, I'll be damned. Do you think some of these ladies are scared of their kids? What is it? Your thoughts, Mr. Jimmy?
Yeah. I mean, just flat out, yeah. It's like, it's a whole nother conversation because, like, it's so much that goes into where we are right now with young black men. Now, as far as the answer to your question, how old? I don't want to put an age on it because you can be in the house and you can be contributing to the house. That does not make you a bum. That does not make you less of a man if you are doing man shit in the house. I want to say that first and foremost. But you should have at least tried by 20 years old to take a step off the porch.
Right.
I give you 18, 19, and in all honesty, you don't realize how young that is until you get older. Now, in my 40s, shit, you was young as fuck till you was at least 24 doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about who you was at 20 years old, could you manage a motherfucking house and lights and shit?
All right, man. Bitch want to be gone.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. I left my mom's house, man, at 17 years old. I haven't been back there since, man. I'm 41 right now. 41 years old. So me, I can speak for me. I don't know about nobody else. I was 18, 19 years old paying lights, rent, and I probably would have had a place when I was 17, but because I wasn't 18 yet, not legally able to get a apartment yet, I couldn't get one. But yeah, I was from the age of 18 all the way till now, I've been paying my own bills. I jumped out the porch, and I probably jumped out the porch way sooner than I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody, everybody's different or whatever, but that's just the drive I had from being a young boy back in the day, back in Carolina. And I not only left my mom's house, I left my mom's house and I went to a whole nother state at the age of 17. Went to school, got an education. I was by my lonesome, man. It's a story I love to tell because I tell that story to inspire the young folks that they can do the same thing. Like I went out there and hit the ground running, man, hard. My mama tells me all the time, boy, when you was young, I never really had to do a whole lot for you because you was already in that groove of doing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That right there is motivation in itself. When I talk to the younger guys, like, look, man, don't be afraid to step out there. I had to start. I started from zero. And I went to a whole nother state. I wasn't in the state of South Carolina at the age of 17. So what I tell you, at any time I could have folded and said, look, man, the hell did I want to come back home, mom? I want to come back home. But you know what my mama encouraged me to do? She said, boy, get that school a chance. You in Georgia, get that school a chance, boy. I know you won't come home, but hang in there. She kept telling me, encouraging me not to come home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure if I had kept pushing the issue, she probably would have been like, all right, okay, come on home. But
that's what a good parent is gonna do. Ain't nobody setting your kids out there to fuck them over.
Right.
And that's what kids have to understand, and that's what parents have to understand.
Right.
Because you want them to go get their own does not mean you turning them loose.
Right.
But if you want them,
and that's true. That's true.
Right. And if you ever want them to be able to lift their own fork to their goddamn mouth, you got to kind of nudge them out. Birds can't talk, but nature tell them at a certain point you're supposed to be flying. Get your bitch ass out this nest.
Check it out, though. A lot of times when it's time for them to leave, this is not towards a male or a grown woman. These children, they blame the parents because they didn't do what they supposed to do. And guess what? These parents, they fall for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's true.
All of them don't fall for the bullshit. Loving your kids unconditionally is a real thing. It's been plenty of times that I did some fuck shit that my mama probably did not fucking support.
Right.
But it's the blood that runs through you that makes you love this person unconditionally. That's what I'm saying. For you telling them to get the fuck on and to go find some business of their own is not turning them to the streets.
Right.
Whatever you think you saving them from, you not. Because they could just assume live with you and have some fucked up shit happen.
Right.
So don't let it be about fear. Let it be about survival. That's the last thing we got to give black folks, cuz we dying out here every day. If we don't teach each other how to survive, if the shit go dark right now, who can get dirty?
Right.
Who can put a shovel in the dirt?
That's what I was saying about the OG shit. Like, you gotta have an older nigga that been through life to help you out, whether it's a male or a female. But then, bottom line, you got to have real people around you. People quick to say, I did this by myself, I did that by myself. You ain't did shit by yourself, first of all. Second of all, by the grimy niggas you hang with, you grimy. You just haven't proved it yet. Like, you gotta have real people behind you to understand what this world is, because it's gonna be a day where the lights is off or the AC ain't pumping, that you're gonna have to call somebody. You know you can't call your parents. So you have to be able to call somebody who is probably gonna take you at your word for how you was raised, of saying, hey, can I stay here for a night? Hey, can you loan me $200 just to get the power on, and you know I'll pay you back? The reason why they say I know they'll pay you back, because those are the values your parents put in you for them to say that as an excuse.
Let me hold on one second.
They don't look at the big picture.
Hold on 1 second real quick. I'm going to address this comment right here. I'm not going to post it, but it's in the comments. You know, you always hear women say it's a mother's love. Okay, now that is true. You know, it's a chromosome thing and all that. But when a young man or young lady turn out sorry as hell and not successful, and you done did this right here all their life, is it still a mother's love and you're at fault? Give me a 30-second answer, T Smalls.
Hey, you ain't at fault for nothing. Look, I'm trying to tell you. My uncle told me a long time ago, man, because I used to get mad at certain things, man, with my dad and, certain things I was going through at the time I was going through. And my uncle, man, he quiet all that noise in me, man. And I had a whole different thought train after he said this. He said, you know what? Your mama and your daddy don't owe you shit. They don't owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he said that because so it's his fault why you went out there and you was fucking up. It's his fault why you can't do this. It's his fault why you can't do that. It's her fault why you did that. It's her fault why you can't get a job or whatever. No, they don't owe you nothing. They did everything they needed to do. They raised your stinking ass to be the man you're supposed to be. Now, if you go out there and you make your own mistake that has nothing to do with your parents, and my train of thought from that day forward was totally different from then on out. Totally
Too
different.
small. That was an OG giving you a lesson. That's all I want to say.
Was
That
it?
was
Jimmy
OG
B,
giving you a lesson.
Jimmy B, give me a 30-second answer on that reply.
You ice cold, brother. I try to have faith. I try to have faith in everybody, and I get both sides of it. But if your kid ain't shit, you also gotta let go. You know what I'm saying? It ain't but so far you can put yourself out there before you hurt yourself, and you can't hurt yourself to help nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's your kid, there is a line that they can cross.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got to be sorry that they live their life that way.
And some of these kids, I want to address this right here. Some of these young adults, rather, say they still on the nipple. They don't want to contribute to any bills at all, not a dime. Just blow their money and just, you taking care of them. They 24 years old. I'm going to say 25. How do y'all feel about that? T Small started off.
Look, man, they gotta have some responsibility. Whether you do it later or you do it now, at some point in your life, you're gonna have to do something. It ain't gonna be like that forever. Now, it's a difference, man, when you got your kids go out there and they growed up and they come back to take care of mom and daddy because they're elderly. Now, that's an exception to the rule. You done went out there, you got your life together. Went out there, you done live, and now you returning the favor to your parents, whom did the same for you when you was unable to take care of yourself because you out there doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about that, man. It's always a responsibility, whether you do it now or you do it later. It's good to do it now because once you do it now, it's you done jumped off, did your thing or whatever. When you get out there, it's a lot easier when you get older. But if you wait till you get older to start, that's like a delay. You done delayed yourself from actually reaching the potential that you're supposed to reach. You know what I'm saying?
My dad told me when I was 18, he said, well, you got 6 months, then you got to go. It wasn't no problem. My hometown was not quite as developed as it is now. So I already knew it wasn't nothing there back then, 30-something years ago. So I had to make a choice. Stay there. It wasn't nothing there 30 years ago. It's changing now, and I had to make a choice. Am I going to stay here or I'm going to haul ass? And you already know the rest is history. I decided to haul ass because if I would have stayed there, I probably wouldn't turn out the way I am now. I'm only speaking for me. I can only tell my story. You know what I'm saying? And that was the best move that I ever made. So my mind can develop and, outgrowing my horizons. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I'm thanking him for telling me that. He gave me them 6 months. I don't know if he was bullshitting or not, but that's the conversation we had.
And I also want to add this real quick. It goes both ways. It's both sides of the spectrum. It's not only just the men, it's women too. But the reason why the focus is more on the men is because we all go to church, and you know what they say in the church house, right? The man is the head of what? His family, right? Mm-hmm. So therefore, you can't say, why is this focus on this or just the men or whatever? You know what I mean? No, the reason why the focus is on the men so much is because the men are considered leaders. There are some women out there that need to be put in their place or whatever. They need to grow up, be women, and do what they need to do for themselves. But because we are the focal point of any family, we get the most flack because we are looked down upon if we not at a certain level in our lives to take care of our family. That's why. Just want to get that out there.
Right. And then, it is what it is. But when I heard the comment that the young man said about his dad, that mama told me that you didn't want me here. That was straight bullshit. I mean,
Man.
I've never heard of nothing like that. You know,
that response is telling in a way that I've been taking care of your monkey ass.
That's
What you mean?
Yeah.
What you mean? I don't want you here. I've been doing this.
Right.
You've been stinky, funky, grown ass nigga in my house.
Right.
If I didn't want you here, you would already be gone. So sit down. Let me tell you why you need to try to get up and go get you some fucking business of your own.
But that's the problem. It's to sit down. Whenever you start out with some young people, like, hey, let me holler at you for a minute. Let you sit down for a minute. Whether it's male or female, that's the time they do not understand is so valuable. Like growing up, I hung with a number of older dudes, and they always dropped some kind of knowledge. The knowledge was not for right now. The knowledge was always for later. Even when I was somewhat in some of these predicaments where, I went to school, came home, it didn't work out of school, I stayed home for a while, whatever. I still took that grown man knowledge, because that grown man knowledge actually allows you to get into a job or a career, because you know how to conversate. Like, they're giving you jewels, and you don't realize they're jewels until after the fact. So if I'm talking to a grown man, he say, well, pull your pants up. You think he's doing that to be, he don't think I'm cool or nothing. Nah, you pull your pants up and you talk to me one-on-one, you go to that interview, it's going to be the same concept. Or you go to that restaurant, it's going to be the same concept. They not kick you out because you black. They kicking you out because you got a dragon, a lion, your pants sagging, a tight t-shirt. Like, you got James, like, you are not physically collective right now. And I think more parents need to put that in their kids, because these kids coming out fucked up. So you telling me, now I'm younger than the three of y'all, right?
Well,
what happened?
You look older than us, but keep talking.
No, for real though. What happened? You used to play in the yard back in the day, right?
Right.
The same jeans you had a hole in. What happened?
Are you going to school and them?
It wasn't a fashion statement.
Hey, you going to school and them? You going to school and them?
But now it's a fashion statement. Think about that. What we pride in as if there's a hole in jeans, it's just like, I don't want to wear it, but I got to wear it. Now these kids are choosing to do it. Hey, Nike got a shoe right now where you don't have to tie the laces.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I seen that.
So you basically arch the foot, you put your foot in, you push it down, and it snags. Think about how much more lazy these kids are gonna get.
Oh no, they ain't gonna get much more lazy. Yeah. This is at the highest level. And this is the thing, like your conversation about the OG, right?
Yeah.
Right. These kids soft as shit.
They are.
And we've made them that way. We're not without fault.
We are their friend.
Not without fault. But this is the thing. Listen to where I'm going. Listen to where I'm going.
I'm about to say,
listen to where I'm going. Kids. Right. See, that's your attitude on this podcast. But can you tell your daughter that?
Will you say that? No, it's only one of them.
Okay, so you understand.
No, but I done told her, hey,
no,
you 18 too. No.
Now what I'm saying is,
better get your monkey ass out.
Everybody talk that shit because you gonna save your people. You always gonna save your people.
I'm gonna save
even to spite you, you gonna save them. But these kids are soft.
A life raft and a boat, two different things.
They have an excuse for everything.
Oh, like, oh yeah.
When we was young, right, it was a certain part of the conversation. We were supposed to do something. They talking to us about why we didn't do it. There comes a point in the conversation where you're gonna hear, shut the fuck up and do what I say.
Yeah. Oh, you can't do that now. They'll start crying.
And that's the point I'm making.
Right. Oh, guess what? Wait, you can go right back to that now. Once you tell them shut the fuck up, and in a lot of households, what is that? Who is that kid going to run to if the man said who the kid going to run to and go?
Of course. But
mama.
I'm just telling you that's what the problem is. So you don't do it, and they never get used to it, and they keep on copping pleas. So we can say what we supposed to do and what we not supposed to do. The rule of the fact of the matter is, we don't rule with an iron fist no more. You were scared of your parents way before you figured out that you loved them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct. We need to address this last topic right here. Smalls, what they say, and I'll start off with the answer.
Should an adult child living with their parents have their
Hell
girlfriend,
no.
boyfriend? Oh, man, I ain't even gonna finish this.
Come
on,
that's
man.
how you know it's time to go.
Wait a minute.
That's how you know it's time to go.
Come
You
on,
can't
man.
be fucking around here.
Hold on.
What is
Hey.
wrong with you?
Hold on a minute.
Hey, look, that
You better talk to her on the porch.
Hold on a minute. They can come by, but guess what? I'm gonna put the music on for you. I'm gonna have your doors wide open. I'm gonna play this for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play everything you want to hear, but they ain't gonna be in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be your DJ, and that dude not gonna go in my refrigerator. I'm gonna fix his water for him. He gonna sit down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play all the music you need.
see, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. That's why it's so important, man. If you are a certain age to go out and see the world, get your own thing, because guess what? If you grown, you gonna want to be grown, but you ain't gonna be grown in somebody else's house. I'll tell you that now. No, sir.
Oh,
I don't know who need to hear this, but any child, son or daughter that you have in your house or in somebody's house that got some dude or woman laid up in your crib and you allowing it, you got to look yourself in the mirror and question what is really going on.
You really no, they really just waiting on their grandchild. See, you couldn't get rid of one. You about to bring in three. You can't fuck in my house. Fuck, you can only fuck where you can afford to fuck, and you can't afford to fuck in my house. Check this out.
hey, hold on, wait a minute. I think Jimmy B been fucking. That's all he want to do right here. Anyway. That's all he want to do. But it is what it is.
Boy, get some ice water, boy.
I'm just saying, I'm a little different. If I take the grandkids to my mama's house, as soon as they walk, my mom say when they leave them. Matter of fact, when they leave, my mom say, "Hey, pack up everything: shoes, marker, teddy bear, whatever. Take everything with you." And that's the thing. It's different levels to this. It's very much different levels to this. And I think the younger generation don't want to graduate and get OG status because they want to be your friend. Because you got to think, the younger generation listen to the same music.
Yeah,
they listen to Yo Gotti with the kids.
Right.
So what knowledge you gonna give me? What knowledge you gonna give me? You ain't got no your version of vibing to some music and feel some soul is listening to Bruno Mars. Like we listen to the Isley Brothers.
right.
Like it's too totally so there's gonna be a weakness in who gets out the house, who stays in the house.
Right. We're going to give a shout out to all the parents that had their son in their titty. When you set your alarm clock tonight, they have some things, also
If
on
they-
the Play Store. What's that thing on the phone? The Play Store? What they call it?
Oh yeah, Google Play Store.
Play Store. Download this app right here. But some of y'all don't want to give it up yet. Make sure y'all listen to this. Set your alarm clock. Wake up to this. You got your kids in your 20s. Y'all paying all their bills. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, let me
It's
ask
hard
the
out
women real
there,
quick.
but it's supposed to be.
Let me ask the women real quick. Hopefully, one to respond. Do you want your man that's a mama's boy, or do you want another type of man? Because you got to think, y'all raise y'all boys to be mama's boys to be able to call in comfort of, hey, mama, I need this or whatever. So that's how you raise your boys. And when they have their female problems, You talk to them like all women ain't good women, which is on their side. But then again, you might not even date that type of person. His daddy really might be a thug.
Or think about it like this. If you was a woman dating a man, just like you said, how much of that raising that man been through with his parents, mama, daddy, how much of that raising when you get with him, if he's a mama's boy and he go run back to mama, how many times can you ask yourself to say, hey, look, I don't need your mama all in our business, or you running back to your mama to ask her all kind of questions. Why? I just want you. So mamas, ask yourself, would you want to raise your son like that, knowing that he gonna get with a woman that probably ain't with that all that foolishness? Just think about it like that. Answer yourself that question.
Let me hold real quick.
Go ahead, 30 seconds, Carolina Dirt. Give me 30.
Bro, you a mama's boy?
Who?
You.
Hell no, my mama don't want me on her titties.
Go ahead, T-Smalls.
That type of person.
Look, man, I've been off the porch, man, since I was 17, man. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I encourage anybody that they can do the same thing.
Go ahead, Jim.
If you got young people fucking in your house, cuz get them the fuck out your house.
Shit, they ain't fucking here. First time I hear some fucking, we got 9 shots going on. But hey, what I want to say, I'm a mama boy.
Yeah.
But I respect it for what it is.
Yeah, if they're doing this right here, bro. It's time to go.
They ain't doing that shit right there. I'll tell you right now, I'll shoot you in the ass.
T-Smalls, give me 30 seconds in closing. What you got?
I just want to say, man, shouts out to all the parents out there. We don't know what goes on in your house. You know, ain't none of our business, man. But us as a people, man, whether it's man or female, man, we got to lead the youth, I should say, in the way they should go, man. If they want to go out there and go do and fulfill their dreams, go to college or whatever, don't hold them back. Push them out there. Some people just need a little push to get out there. Some people gonna run out there. Some of them you just gonna have to pray for them and say, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. Jimmy B, give us 30 seconds in closing. What you got?
We forget the part where like we struggled and shit, right? You know, we want to do better for your next generation than was done for you. But at a certain point, it begins to backfire. You know what I'm saying? Let these people, it's supposed to be hard. Let them bump their head. Let them scar their body so they know how to value this life. They got to go do that. They can't do that under your roof.
Carolina Dirt, what you got? 30 seconds in closing.
It might go at this topic, it might not. They say
good shot. Go ahead.
Nah, they say hating is a cancer. Success is the vaccine. So whatever you do,
right,
don't worry about the bad. Sooner or later, you'll get the vaccine and do well for yourself. Family, friends, strangers, enemies, business, or personal. It all work the same.
Right.
In my 30 seconds of closing, I'm not the, sucking the titty type person. With the mama. My mama's not that type of person. Maybe if I was 3, I can't picture it. Maybe if I was 3 months old, try to get in her titty, she would have kicked me off.
Man, you crazy, man.
You're trying to be greedy. That's the problem.
Hey, the little run, huh? The little run.
Yeah, trying to be greedy. Yeah. He the first one trying to be greedy.
That's right. Well, we're glad everybody who tuned in to watch us on the tree. Mr. Smalls, give us a little prayer.
God, I thank you. God bless everybody out there in the world, man, with this pandemic going on. Bless your children, your family. Thank you for everybody who's joining us tonight, man, on this podcast. We really appreciate your support. We just talking about real life situations, man, and a platform, man, that that everybody, man, should just take a listen to. In Jesus' name I pray, man. I pray for everybody's family. Amen.
Hey man, Smalls, what time you have in church service on Sunday?
Come on,
I ain't
man.
going. His office ain't got number $2 bills.
Yeah.
Hey, you can be holy wherever you at. They ain't got to be necessarily in a church.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, you ain't got to be holy in the church. But you know what? I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Oh, what's that? Oh boy.
Hey, roll the tape, man. Roll the screen. Roll the screen. Roll the screen. You gotta have the disclaimer run across the screen quick.
I got one more quick question. This is a little bit off topic. Real quick. Are you gonna take the vaccine, T Small? Just real quick.
I thought about it, but I'm still pondering.
How about you, Jimmy?
When it's time.
How about you, Carolina Dirt?
I had 2 personal people already take it. I might as well take it with them if I care about it, man.
There you go.
Yeah. One thing I gotta say, bro. One thing I gotta say. Plies, man, go watch that video with Plies. He said exactly. It made sense, dog, and I thought about that too. If we could take everything else, we don't even know where they're coming from, and be happy about that, and we still here, then the vaccine shouldn't be nothing hard. That's something to think about.
Y'all eating that pink
was
meat
drinking
from,
Evan Williams.
man, y'all eating that pink meat from McDonald's, you can take that vaccine.
I think I'm gonna take it too. I looked at my age and I said, you know what? I don't have nothing to lose. I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you take it, swallow the blue pill at the same time. You in the matrix.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna swallow the blue pill. You know, everybody wear your mask. I don't know how many cases they have with the coronavirus. I think it's 400 and something deaths. I'm not sure. 400 something thousand. Something like that. What y'all
Something
think?
like that. It's getting up there. It's up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a problem. I hopefully we finding a way back to life. Ain't gonna be regular no more. If you waiting for that to happen,
It ain't.
This is probably gonna be it.
Yeah,
So
forever is a long time, bro.
Forever's a long time.
I got a question. You double answer. You getting off right now?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to sign up. You got something real quick?
Real quick. I
Right.
just want to know what you feel like being a black man right now.
Believe it or not, I feel better than I did feel, but we have a long way to go. And also, you know, with the election that just, wrapped up in November, I didn't realize the illiteracy that some people really didn't know how, laws are made with the Republican side and the Democratic side. Because this white guy argued me down. He hated Obama so much, so I had to check him. I said everything that Obama passed, whether it was a good bill or a bad bill, the Republicans had to goddamn approve it, dumbass, because y'all the majority for 12 years. They ain't say shit. So as a black man, to educate him, it's nothing racist. It wasn't a racial thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Not to me, but because he didn't know, I had to educate him, but me feeling like a black man, I feel pretty good. I don't know what it is to grow up in segregation because I never grew up in segregation. All I know is now. But I can tell when somebody's kind of intimidated by me a little bit. I'm 6'3", so it is what it is. Matter of fact, I had to check somebody today. I went to do a pick up an engine on my job, and I had a hat on. I didn't have a company hat on, and I said, I went to the counter. I said, "What you got for me?" He said, "I ain't got nothing for you," but he said it with an attitude. I already felt the racism every time I go to that place. And I said, "Look here, bro, I ain't come here to steal." Then I showed him my company shirt. Then he said, "Your stuff's right over there, sir." So it still exists. It ain't nothing changed. Period.
Ooh, hey,
hold up. Let me back it up a little bit. Wait a minute. Since you got me on it, and we went into immigration. You should have never started me with that. And I had to check this another guy. They're worrying about the Mexicans so much about, they're coming across the border. I said, hell no. 70% of all immigrants fly into the United States. And you never hear about a white farmer getting raided that have illegal immigration. You know why? Because they're feeding your ass. That's why. Ain't say shit. And I had to break it down again. Why you think we give aid to Mexico? Because they got to feed your ass. All the food is not grown in the United States. You got to feed them. give Mexico aid so they can have fertilizer to grow the crops. Everything's not grown in the United States because it's wintertime. He didn't say nothing, period. So that's how I feel as a black man in the United States right now. You got to educate the unknown, and that's basically it.
I just want to know. Never mind. I'll talk to you off cam.
Yeah.
Tits, how you feel?
Hey man, I'm just enjoying the shade under the tree.
No, I'm talking about the black man right now.
Oh man, I'm good, man. No matter what you think, man, even though it's we in times of chaos, it's people that prosper and it's people that perish. Look, don't you ever think that ain't somebody out there that's collecting much dough in the pandemic right now.
All right, there you
go. Amongst everything else, life's good. Besides all the BS, life's good.
Jimmy B, you want to add on, or you out of here?
Hey man, look, I'm the king of my own bullshit because ain't nobody stop me. I can only stop myself.
That's what I'm
Invictus.
And I love all of y'all. Y'all be good. Wear your blessings. Keep the 6 feet distancing when you go out in public. And we'll be out of here until sometime next week. No show on Sunday, the Super Bowl. Go Tom Brady. Before Small say anything, I'm going to click your ass off. I'll let y'all later. Peace.
Kingpin Music.
We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up. We got a platform. You gon' shine. It was all a dream. We here now. Let me hear you say it loud. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree.